the Mayo Stages Rally, and I began speaking with the assistant manager of the Hotel Ballina. Now, I'm delighted to be in Hotel Ballina tonight for the launch of the Mayo Stages Rally, taking place, of course, the 9th and 10th of March. And one of the main sponsors of the event is Hotel Ballina themselves. I'm delighted to be joined by the assistant manager, Jason Miles. Jason, first of all, it must be a great privilege for yourselves at Hotel Ballina to be involved in this event.
Absolutely, it's a great privilege to have the rally with us here in Hotel Ballina, and it's a great privilege to have it with all the community and everything. And it's great for the town, and it's great for all the community on the outlying areas, so it is.
And how important is it for a hotel like yourselves to be seen to be, I suppose, supporting events like this and to be supporting events especially in Ballina and indeed in the wider Mayo region?
Well, it's very important for us. We like to think of the hotel as home from home. Where we stand on that is, it's great to have major events like this coming to the hotel, so it is.
Very good. And I suppose the motorsport event yourself, have you a keen interest in the sport yourself?
One of the lads brought me out for a spin there earlier on in one of the cars, and we took it for a spin round the car park, and it's nothing like driving your ordinary car. As for an interest in it, when it's on the TV, I love to watch it, so I do.
And fantastic. I know last year it was around the Claremorris where the launch was, but Ballina, there's a huge amount of interest in motorsport, and it's great to be in Ballina this year, and it'll be fantastic for the local economy and of course for yourselves here as well at Hotel Ballina.
Oh, absolutely. We have the hotel is full all weekend, and as you say yourself there, it brings a large amount of money into the economy and into the local economy, which is the most important thing. Keeps all sides happy, so it does.
And indeed, it'd be a great day out for all the family and all the kids. I'm sure you have great packages available here for everyone as well.
Well, as I say, always check out the website. It's www.hotelballina.ie. And I was just talking to one of the organisers there a minute ago. All families are welcome here from Saturday onwards. Come out, enjoy the drivers, enjoy the cars.
That's great. Well, Jason Miles, Assistant Manager of Hotel Ballina, thank you very much. Now I'm delighted to be joined by Audrey Robinson, who is the Communications Manager at Ballina Beverages. Audrey, first of all, thanks very much for joining me. Certainly a great event here tonight. I suppose start off by telling us, why did Coca-Cola and Ballina Beverages become involved as a sponsor for tonight's event?
Well, thank you for having me, Michael. I suppose the reason we became involved is that while Ballina Beverages is obviously part of the international Coca-Cola business system, we are first and foremost a local organisation, a local manufacturing company. And we want to get behind events which help strengthen our local community. And we felt bringing the rally back to Ballina, the home of its inception, after an absence of 10 years, had to be good for Ballina.
Fantastic. And why do you feel that the rally is good for the town? What, I suppose, do you feel for the local economy and reasons like that?
Yeah, well, I suppose there are two main reasons. The first one is the local economy. I mean, we're expecting upwards of 5,000 people here over the weekend, which is a great cash injection. I mean, those people are going to be spending money in local shops, restaurants, bars, taxis, hotels, bed and breakfasts, and that can only be good for the area. It's great, particularly in times like these, to be able to bring that kind of money into the town. And the second reason is that most of those people are actually coming from other parts of Ireland, and some even from overseas. So this is a great opportunity to really showcase Ballina and show what we as a town have to offer, particularly as there has been quite extensive coverage secured with Sky Television. So this is going to get great exposure for the town.
And I believe, Audrey, you're also very impressed with the road safety aspect of this year's rally, which of course is also a huge part.
Yeah, this really helped to persuade us to get behind this event, because the Mayo and District Motorsport Club have actually joined up with the Road Safety Authority and with the Gardaí, and they're visiting 4 local schools to talk about road safety. This is a really exciting, interesting way for the kids to learn the lesson about road safety. They'll have a chance to sit in the cars, to touch and feel the safety equipment. They'll even be taught how to use the dreaded speed gun. So it's a fun and engaging way for them to learn a very important lesson, and it's a part of this whole event that we're very happy to be involved with.
Yeah, it is fantastic, of course, for all the kids, and we've seen today that they had these in the different schools. They visited Bunnyconnon School, and it's great for them to, I suppose, to get the young kids involved in it.
Yeah, it's a great way to get them involved, and who knows, we might inspire a rally driver of the future.
That's it. And there will be another chance, of course, to see and sit in the cars over the weekend of the event.
Yeah, there's plenty of opportunities. I suppose the main one is going to be on Saturday night from about 7 o'clock. All of the cars will be on Pierce Street, so people will be able to come along, sit inside them and hear and smell and feel what it's like to be inside a real rally car.
Well, it certainly sounds great. Great words there from the communications manager of Ballina Beverages, Audrey Robinson. Certainly enthusiastic about her rally. Thanks very much, Audrey.
No problem. Thank you, Michael.
Now I'm delighted to be joined here by Tony Kelly, who is an ambassador for Road Safety Authority. Tony, first of all, thanks very much for joining me. Tonight's event, of course, it is the launch of the Mayo and District Motors Club Rally, Stages Rally, which is taking place on the 9th and 10th of March. It must be, I suppose, great for yourselves to see the club making a huge effort in terms of road safety.
Yeah, I have to say, the last couple of years, this is our third year basically with Motorsport Ireland and the RSA with this road safety initiative. And it is, it's amazing to see the amount of effort that motor clubs are starting to put in. Mayo Motor Club have always put in a big effort. This time last year I was up talking road safety as well with a school. I can't even remember now where it was, but I do remember kind of Mayo putting in an awful lot of effort last year as well. So it's great to see clubs getting involved and realising how important road safety is to the sport.
One of the great things I noticed about the Mayo and District Motorsport Club is that they're getting involved with the schools, and it's so important to be educating children at such a young level to get into their minds at such a young age.
Well, that's it. I mean, if you look at it, it's planting seeds so early. I mean, last year I think I spoke to between 4-year-olds right up to maybe 7 or 8, and this year I think it was John Higgins was out, and I think he had every class that was in the school or whatever. So you're ranging from 4 right the way up to 12, 13-ish. So it's absolutely brilliant to plant that seed early. And I mean, that's when you start. You don't sort of try and educate whenever it's too far gone, if you know what I mean. You try early and you get this, as I keep saying, planting the seed young.
And motorsport is a great sport for people out there, the so-called boy racers that that like their fast cars, and that this is in a controlled environment. This is the ideal platform for those kind of people.
Well, that's it. You see, I mean, that's exactly what it is. Motorsport, I suppose over the last couple of years, and in fairness, since it began, has always had sort of a bad name because it is a dangerous sport, but at the same time, it's one of the most safe environments that you can drive a car fast, and this is the platform that people should be coming to in order to get the adrenaline rush and things like that. Go rallying, go karting, go quad racing, do all track series, whatever you need to do, but do it in a safe environment, where it's fun and there's a bit of competition and camaraderie and stuff. So rallying and motorsport is a great platform for it.
So your own role, Tony, as ambassador for road safety, how difficult a role is that?
It's difficult enough, because a lot of the time you just have people that sort of don't really understand, I suppose, motorsport. And you come up against an awful lot of flack because, as I was saying a second ago, there would be a lot of danger, associated with it. But it's one of those things where you just have to work hard and keep the head up, and keep the facts in mind, and keep the amount of rallies and the amount of competitors in your head, and thinking about really and truly the amount of positivities that come out of rallying, and the amount of people that do well and their driving improves on the road because of their attachment with rallying. I mean, I know myself, my own driving improved, and I suppose I would have a lot of experience on both sides. I'm an ADI as well. I'm a driving instructor, so I see firsthand how important different things are. When you're teaching somebody to drive, and also the importance of actually being able to drive a car, or being able to drive a car properly as well, which I do know because of rallying. So it's, it can be difficult sometimes, to get people to understand the whole thing, but, it's an enjoyable role, and listen, every bit helps, so it's always about plugging away and trying to get the message out there all the time.
And do you feel it's a great sport for the younger generation out there to get involved with and to, I suppose, have an interest in?
I really, really do, because as I was just saying, driving something that we do every day. Most people will drive every day in their lives, and at the end of the day, if you come out rallying, in fairness, it'll cost you a bit, but at the same time, it's one of those sports where you're constantly seeing yourself improve, and if you can improve in a safe environment to go out onto the open roads, I mean, that's a bonus for yourself and for everybody else on the open road,
Well, Tony Kelly, Road Safety Ambassador for the Motorsport Ireland, thanks very much.
You're very welcome, thank you.
Now I'm delighted to be joined here by Pádraig Roach, who is the clerk of the course for this Mayo Stages Rally 2013, of course, taking place the 9th and 10th of March. Pádraig, first of all, the launch is here tonight. It's all getting built up. The crowd are starting to come in. Everyone's kind of getting geared up towards the 10th of March.
Oh, everybody's getting geared up towards the 10th of March now. It's nice to see the hotel is in great order outside, and the rally cars, and Kenji Motors has cars parked outside there as well, and sponsors and signs up. It's lovely to see around the place now. So the crowd is gathering up now. It's great.
Yeah. Tell us about your own role, Pádraig, as clerk of the course. What does that entail exactly?
Well, the clerk of the course, I'd be what you call the boss. I'd be running the event, but I'm not the one running the event. I have a big team involved as well now, and I've a deputy clerk of the course there, David Healy, that's doing a lot of work, and David Jordan, safety officer, is doing great work, and then you have my secretary Margaret, which is doing all the paperwork now, and she's done a lot more than just the paperwork now. She's very good. And Ambrose, then my chief marshal now, he's done an awful lot more than chief marshal. He's got a lot of sponsors on board and things like that now. It's great.
Ballina has always, I suppose, hugely been associated with Mayo Motorsport Rally, Mayo District Motorsport Rally, of course, but it has an absence now over 10 years that has been here. It's great to have it back in the town. It's fantastic for the local economy.
Oh, it's fantastic for the local economy. You talk to any business around Ballina and they all remember the rally running out of here for years now. We used to run the Downhill Hotel, which there was great rallies ran out of there, and every business, it's great to be around again, and it's great to have all the people coming and staying, and spending money in the area. Like it's over 10 years ago now when we ran great rallies in Castlebar now, and in the last 3 years there in Claremorris, and it's great to have it back in Ballina now and spread the wealth around a bit. And
how difficult is it to prepare? Like, what goes into the preparation of the rally? Like, it must really, I suppose, once last year finished, you must start again almost automatically.
Well, when last year finished, now this time last year, last March finished, we were about a month now getting everything finished up with that rally, and then 2 months later you have about 2 months rest, and then 2 months later you're picking stages again for the different area, and trying to talk to people to get sponsorship from, and talk to the county council. They've been a great help. The town council in Ballina, great help, and Chamber of Commerce. And then you have to, like for the March, giving us the area for the service area, you have to prepare everything, pick stages, pick the route, do a safety plan for the route, make sure and talk to all the residents on the route, and they've been great. The residents have been absolutely brilliant this year. We've had absolutely no problem with them at all, so we're all delighted to see it coming back now. It's stages that they remember from years ago, so they'll
people have fond memories.
Oh, the fond memories of the rally, like when they were young, it's over 10 years ago, so they're all grown up now, and they've children themselves and stuff like that now, so they're all looking forward to it now, and it's great to have it around here.
That's the thing, Pádraig. I suppose it's great for the whole family, and it's fantastic to see the Mayo and Motorsport District Club, Mayo and District Motorsport Club, getting involved with the schools and promoting, I suppose, the safety element of it, which is huge in the schools.
Oh yeah, well, we were out today now in Bunnyconlon, in the Grove Ballroom in Bunnyconlon. We had a road safety kind of a talk with them, and about the stages and the rally cars. We had 4 rally cars out there. We had the belt up bus, came from Bus Éireann there. We had John Higgins, our national champion. He's from the club, from Kilchima. He was doing a talk on the seats and the harnesses, and to all the kids. And the RSA, in fairness, they gave us luminous bags and bibs and bits and pieces for the kids, and Ballina Beverages supplied products and all that crack. And it's just, we had 4 schools involved now, with Cara National School, Bunnyconlon, Beaufield and Addie-Mass. After the kids all enjoyed themselves. Even the teachers now were sitting in the cars and everything. It was great fun now.
And of course, events like this, Pádraig, they couldn't be possible only for the support of all the local businesses, and I'm sure you've got great support yourselves.
Oh, we have now. I'd be here all night listening to businesses, but like the main businesses, like our main sponsors, Hotel Ballina and Kennedy Motors are joint main sponsors now. Ballina Beverages have come on board as well, and it's great to have them on board. Then you have the likes of our stage sponsors, Max Tyres, Clara Ballina there, Gabriel McAndrew came on board, and you have business supplies here in Ballina. Paddy O'Hora has come on board with great sponsorship, and Tuffy's Gala, they've come on board now and they've been very good to us. Then you have other sponsors. You have Billy McDonald from Ballinrobe there, he's come on board. You have Sean McCarthy, the Crash Repairs, he's there. You have Hastings Insurance, you have Dempsey Dismantlers out in Bunnyconlon there, and there's loads now to name, but I can't think of them all straight away now. You have Topaz in the road there now, on the Foster Road there as well. You have Pat Kelly are giving us the scrutiny area.
So it's a real kind of local effort. Everyone's coming on board, yeah.
Yeah, and it can't be done without them. It can't be done. It costs a lot of money to run this event, and like we have to run it as safe as we can. You know what I mean? It's all safety. It's paramount in it, like so. We as I say, it costs a lot of money, so we're dependent on local businesses and all that to give us the money, you know.
So all the preparation is everything's in place now for the 10th of March. I suppose ceremonial start here on the Saturday even beforehand. You just can't wait to get going now.
Well, I can't wait for the weekend to come now and get it going. Like we have a lot of rally cars coming for it, and a few top names as well. And ceremonial start to be in Pearse Street in Ballina on the Saturday evening, starting the first car over the ramp about 9 o'clock, but there'll be a bit of entertainment and stuff like that from about 6 to 7 on. And so that'll go on till about 10:30. So it's great to even bring the kids along, and they can see the rally cars and the rally drivers up close and talk to them and look at the cars and this, that and the other, you know.
That's it. Sounds fantastic, and certainly any families out there wonder what to do in that weekend. Well, Mayo Motorsport, Mayo District Motorsport Club, Mayo Stages Rally certainly will be a fantastic event for you to attend. Pádraig Roach, head clerk of the course. Thanks very much for talking to me.
Thanks very much.
Now I'm delighted to be joined here by Joe Corcoran, who is President of Motorsport Ireland. Joe, first of all, thanks for joining me, and I suppose you must be delighted having had huge involvement in the Ballina club itself down through the years, for laps forward 10 years. It must be great to have it back here in Ballina.
Indeed, yeah, great to see it back in Ballina. As you said, was involved here with the Motor Club for many years, and have really stayed in this club, but actually ran the rally here in Ballina many years ago. So great to be back.
And tell us about your own role, Joe, as President of Motorsport Ireland. What does that entail? And I suppose, how did you get so much involved in motorsport as well?
Well, I have all of the gang here to blame for it in many ways, but on a day-to-day basis, I suppose my role is coordinating with the clubs. I mean, we have what's called a CAC, a Competitions Advisory Committee, where all the clubs go in once a month, and we sort out any of the issues. Then there's all of the discipline committees, rallies committee, hill climb, race, all of that, and they, we have various representatives going in there and looking after their own discipline, and then we coordinate all of that. The office is located in Dublin. I would spend probably a day a week there, but they issue all the licenses, organise insurance, you name it. When let's say that we would appoint, let's say, a safety officer. And all of the stewards to the event here, and then there's a safety plan set in ahead. So we employees then look at it all of that, and making sure that everything is put together in the correct fashion.
And how top of the agenda is safety? Because of course we've seen over the years, and of course recently as well, there are people out there, there's a certain amount of negativity around motorsport. So certainly, as your role as President of Motorsport Ireland, it must be difficult enough, I suppose, to get the message across that it is a very much controlled environment and safety is key.
Well, safety is key, and I suppose every day we go out. I know I learn something new, but our main thing is to plan it well, get plenty of help, do all of the training with the various people, be it from timekeepers to marshals, right across the board, and do all of the training with the people, sit them down and I suppose, get a standard, so that, when let's say, marshals arrive from the Galway Club or from Connacht or from Donegal, that at least they know what we expect of them, that they'll be given a template for the location or corner that they're going to, how we want it set up, where it's safe for people to stand, but most of all themselves as well, to keep themselves safe, because I mean, motorsport is dangerous, and it's to try and minimise that and to bring it into as controlled of environment as we can.
Of course, you'd be encouraging, lots of people to come out and to enjoy the event and to come along and watch it. But it's so important for spectators, I suppose, to be aware of the dangers that are involved, and I suppose you'd advise them as well, not to stand in certain places, not to get too close.
That's it. I mean, it is a spectacle, and it's when we set out to help the club here to run an event. The paramount thing is making sure that everybody goes out and enjoys themselves and goes home safely.
And what kind of position is Motorsport Ireland in overall? How would you describe the current position that you're in?
Well, I mean, you mean my own...
Well, no, I mean Motorsport Ireland in general.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Motorsport Ireland, are the coordinating body, okay? And they are responsible then under the FIA, who organise the Formula One and all of that. So, we have to answer to them for everything as well. But, we work with our partners there, Sports Council and the Road Safety Authority, and again, being in Ballina, we're a better place to be from a road safety point of view, and it's brilliant for us to have the Road Safety Authority as a partner, to try and get the message through to younger people, if they want to partake in the sport, get into the sport, but keep the race at its place is the big message that we want to get across.
And have you noticed an increase in popularity in motorsport or a decrease?
Oh, I think over the years it has increased. There's probably a more informed public out there, and we're, I suppose, more than well used now of the Twitter machine and all of the social media. So there's the outlets there to cover it is just massive, and indeed for any other sport or organisation. But particularly for the clips and all of that sort of thing, the good bits that come out, they certainly get some coverage on all of the media nowadays.
Well, Joe Corkin, President of Motorsport Ireland, thank you very much for talking to me.
Thanks.
That's great, Joe. Thanks very much. Now I'm delighted to be joined here by John Higgins, who is the current national rally driver champion, co-driver, of course, originally from Kilchma, and is also a huge role in this current Mayo Stages Rally as well. You're the safety element as well. So first of all, I suppose, John, tell us about your own role and how looking forward you are to this event.
Well, my own role is advisory this year, really, just advising on all aspects of safety on the stages, and even the club's involvement in road safety this year, as I'm currently the Mayo Motor Club Road Safety Officer. So I'm involved heavily with the efforts that the club are making to portray rallying in the proper light, in the public. Today we ran an event in Bunnyconlon for 4 schools. We had a member of Garda Síochána, myself, I gave a talk to the kids about safety and rallying, and we also had the bus Éireann belt up bus to teach them about proper use of seatbelts and proper behaviour on the school buses.
I suppose getting safety across is a huge part of your job, and where better to start than at schools?
Well, exactly, like the little kids in school, like they're the drivers of the future, and if you can get them into the habit of putting on their seatbelt, that's the key issue with the kids, is to make them buckle up, and hopefully they'll carry that through to the next generation themselves.
And how difficult is it to get across to people out there who have negative thoughts on motorsport and who do feel, well, it is a dangerous sport, but not, it's dangerous, I suppose the safety element has it in a controlled environment, so it makes that bit safer and more an enjoyable sport. But what would you say to people out there that have kind of negative thoughts around the sport?
Yeah, that's a difficult one. It's very difficult to change the public's perception of rallying without them experiencing it themselves. Really, it is a controlled environment. And if people are going to speed, for the enjoyment of driving fast, the only place to do it is in a controlled environment. I mean, like any of the rally community will urge people, forget about driving fast on the road. The place to do it is in the safety and confines of a controlled event like the Mayo Stages Rally or circuit racing or karting, not in the open road.
And tell us how you first got involved in the sport yourself, John.
I started by helping a friend of mine from Kilchma build his rally car 10 years ago, I would say. Then he asked me to co-drive, and then another guy asked me to co-drive, and it just spiraled from there.
Of course, last year was a fantastic year for you to win the Irish title, and you have huge plans for 2013 as well.
Yes, I won't be doing too much at home, maybe picking and choosing 1 or 2 rallies, but I'm currently co-driver for Abu Dhabi Racing team in the Middle East, so that's a big step forward for me.
Fantastic. And how did all that come about, John?
Literally word of mouth and through a recommendation of a fellow club member, Killian Duffy. I was recommended for the job, and they seemed happy enough after my first event there, so they've asked me back for the rest of the season.
It's fantastic. So obviously, I suppose rallying is something you're hoping to make, are making a career out of, and would like to stay with it in the future.
I would like to. If I got the opportunity to become a full-time professional co-driver, I would definitely take it up.
Well, John Higgins, we wish you continued success and the very best of luck, of course, with this Mayo Stages Rally. You have a huge role in your hand, but certainly we've no doubt in my mind that you're certainly capable for the role.
Thanks very much.
Now I'm delighted to be joined here by John Tuffy of Tuffy's Gala here in Ballina. Of course, they're the stage sponsor for this event. John, I suppose yourself, it's almost a lapse of over 10 years since the event was held here in Ballina. It's fantastic for the local economy to have it back in Ballina.
I think it's a tremendous event for the local economy, and it's one that's very much needed in Ballina and in Bunnycannon. It will bring a tremendous crowd to the town. It will do wonders, I think, for the economy, and it's a tribute to the organising committee, the great work that they have done in organising the event and the superb organisation that's behind it.
And how important is it, John, for yourselves at Tuffy's to be seen supporting local events like this?
Well, it's very important from a community involvement point of view. With Tuffy's Gala both in Ballina and now in Bunnycannon, we see it as particularly important that we get involved in community and local events such as these and do our little bit to help regenerate the local economy. So an event such as this will be a tremendous boost to business in the locality, and we would hope that many of the participants and indeed spectators who visit the town of Ballina and Bunnycannon and surrounding areas will be encouraged to return in the future and sample all of the various delights that the town has to offer. So we see this as a particularly important and an event that's very beneficial to the local economy.
And it's kind of an ideal fit really for Tuffy's because, as a supermarket, I suppose really family is at heart, and this event is fantastic for the family as well.
It is indeed, and we would hope that with our store in Station Road Ballina that we will be able to fuel the cars coming and fuel the people as well with our food offerings in Ballina, and that they'll be able to partake of our offering in Bunnycannon as well, which is the centre, I think, of the stage of the Mayo Rally. Stage 1 finishes on one side of Bunnycannon and Stage 2 starts on the other side. So Bunnycannon is right in the middle of it, and we would hope that many of the spectators and indeed the participants will visit our store in Bunnycannon.
Well, John Tuffy of Tuffy's Gala, one of the sponsors of this event, thanks very much for talking to me, and the very best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Now I'm delighted to be joined here by Matthew Murphy, who is the chairman of the Mayo and District Motorsport Club. Matthew, first of all, thanks for joining me. I suppose the launch is here tonight in Hotel Ballina. It's just around the corner now, 9th and 10th of March. You must be getting excited for the whole event.
Yeah, Michael, thanks very much. We're in Ballina here tonight, and there's a great crowd here. We're getting ready for the Mayo Stages Rally 2013, which is going to be a great event. Great for the town of Ballina. Hosting the event, main sponsors being Hotel Ballina and Kennedy Motors, Ballina and Belmullet.
Yeah, I suppose your own role, of course, is you're chairman, but of course you're hugely involved as well. You are competing this year, I'm sure, have high hopes. But in terms of the chairman role, what does that entail exactly, Matthew?
Well, I suppose as chairman, you're kind of keeping an eye on the overall thing. Running the things during the year. We do have monthly meetings, which are usually on the first Friday of every month. We do have 4 autocrosses during the year also, from May, June, July, August. As chairman, it's like any other club. You're the running of the club, and you're just keeping an overall eye on things.
And tell us about the preparations from your end, because I know, of course, from the competitors' end as well, it's quite an expensive sport.
Yes and no. Everyone has the perception that it's a very expensive sport. Yes, if you want to spend money. It's not like football where you buy the pair of boots and away you go and you do your training. And I suppose, yeah, you do have to spend initially on the care and whatnot. But again, you can keep it at a level. The level I'm at is clubman level. No major expenditure. The wife mightn't agree, but there's no major expenditure. Can do a lot of the work ourselves at home. My brother has a garage in Shrule. We have a garage ourselves in Ballinrobe. We can do most of the work ourselves, and that itself keeps costs down. And I have another brother also involved that will be doing the event. And again, I suppose we can all lay our hand to the care.
And of course, while you are chairman, Matthew, you're also heavily involved in the competing side of things, and I'm sure you have high hopes for this year. Tell us how you've performed over the years and what's been your, I suppose, major achievement in motorsport to date.
I suppose in 2006, I've done a lot of rallying around 2005, 2006. In 2006, I won the class in the West Coast Championship. In 2005, I won the Club Young Driver of the Year award. I suppose that's a long time ago now. An award, it's a prize that's ran during the autocrosses, over the 4 autocrosses, and it's the quickest young driver under 28, I think it is. And 2005, I was lucky enough to win that.
So I suppose finally, Matthew, yourself, of course, it's not too far around the corner now, the 10th of March. How do you hope you'll fare out yourself on the day?
Well, hopefully, first of all, we want to finish the event. That's the main thing. Hopefully, we should be thereabouts in the class. I'm happy with. I don't think I'll win the class, but I'll be hoping to go for a second or third in the class. But initially to finish, to get around the course.
Matthew Murphy, hope you wish the height success in the Mayo Stages Rally, and certainly the best of luck as well as chairman involved in it. Thanks very much for speaking to me.
Thanks very much.
Number 1 for local sport. You're listening to Midwest Radio.